Knives are cool. And axes too. Hello everybody, I'm Robert Breaker, and I have some knives today that I want to talk about that are just tops. They're so tops. That's right, tops knives. And I've never had a tops knife. These are my first. And I went over to so close to Fort Walton Beach one time, and there was a guy that had a bunch of knives for sale, and he was almost giving them away. And I was just like, wow. And tops knives are pretty high end, pretty expensive. And he gave them to me for a great deal. It's so wonderful having a knife channel. Sometimes people give you knives. Sometimes people give you great deals on knives. So I thought I'd show you my tops knives. I have 3 of them now, and they're pretty cool. Let's look at the first one, and then I'll show you the other 2. But I want you to see these. And if you've ever had a tops knife, you know that they come with a whistle. And they all come with a little whistle. It works. It almost sounds like that whistle you hear before a tornado or something. Well, this is the first one, and this is a big, heavy knife. Just the weight of it is a lot. Kydex sheath, and for some reason, it's got 2 belt clips. And I don't understand. Maybe so you can wear it higher up if you want, but there's 2 of them. Maybe you turn them sideways and you can wear it on your back. But this tops knife is definitely a bushcraft knife. This is called the Tracker. Tom, whatever that says. I don't even know what it says. Is it Brom or something, or Brown? Yeah, I think it's Tom Brown. Tracker. And first of all, look at how thick that knife is. That is some thick knife. Now it's got, I'm gonna call it a faux saw, because that is a weird saw. I feel it, it's sharp, but I don't know what that would cut. But look at the thickness of that knife. Look at that. And it's proudly made in the USA. And this thing is definitely a bushcraft knife. You've got heavy knife. You've got this for hacking. You've got the back piece here for hitting and batoning. But come look at this extra edge right here. So that's a sharp edge for skinning. But then you've got this different edge here for feathering in order to start fires. And I really like how nice and well made this is. I like the finger grooves. It feels good in my hand, but there's an extra space there. But that's okay, it's bent down. I'm not losing this knife. I can swing farther back if I need to, and then come up to the top if I need to for feathering and things like that. So this is my Tom Brown tops knife. And I tell you what, man, I'll blow the horn to it. I'll tweet the horn to it. That's a pretty cool knife. Very well made. Tops are really nice. Now, get in there real quick on this and look. This is how you know if it's a tops knife, is that little logo right there, tops. Well, let's look at a couple other tops knives I have. And this one here is, and it's cool, they tell you on it what it is. So this one comes with a nice little Kydex sheath. This is a tiny little knife. But look at that, it's called the Crow Hawk. This is a Crow Hawk model. Very small, can you read that, Crow Hawk? Not very thick, but again, made in USA. And there's some sort of coating on this blade, so it's not going to rust. And I like that, I like this blade. It's small, it's kind of neat. But when I got it, it already had this paracord here, because this is how you would carry this knife. And maybe you've seen people, sometimes they'll carry a knife on their hip, on a belt loop. Sometimes they'll carry a knife on their boot or on their thigh. But sometimes people carry a knife around their neck like this. And this one you can just pull it out when you need it. And I guess this is for basically cutting rope. I don't know what else you could use it for. If you had to, it would be good for skinning. But this is just a really cool Crow Hawk knife, so come check it out. This is the Crow Hawk, and it's got a small little look to it. It's not the biggest knife. I mean, here's my hand in comparison. It's smaller than my hand, but it's pretty cool. Have you ever seen a Crow Hawk before? I think that's pretty neat. Now let's look at the other one. The other one is, you ready for this? This is the it's got the name, 3-pointer. 3-pointer. Now, first of all, it comes in a Kydex sheath as well. And it has these belt loops around it. So look at this sheath. And my thought is this thing goes on the back of your belt. So you can pull it and it'd be like a left-hander. So if you're doing something with your right hand, this is your left-hand pull. And so that goes into your belt loop from behind. That's kind of a neat design. So you can carry this as kind of a backup knife behind you. And it has what looks like some sort of micarta handle. They all have what looks like a micarta handle. And this one is the number 3-pointer. It is pretty cool. And it's sharp. Oh man, I almost cut myself. It's so sharp. Back on the back, it says made in Idaho instead of made in America. But it has an American flag. So let's look at this side. And I'm digging this one. It's small, it's tiny, but it's cool. So you see made in Idaho, the shape of Idaho, but there's an American flag. And then the other side, we've got the name, the 3-pointer. Of course, that would be for $1. Now, it's not that thick, but it's thick enough. It's kind of a normal knife. And I like the finger hold like that. But I'm missing my last finger. So I can only hold that thing with 3. But look here, if you can, at that. They really put some indentions here and here. And that, for being so tiny, it actually feels good in your hand. You can even put something through here. And that looks like a nice little skinning knife, as thick as it is. And that curve and make a good skinning knife. I like that one. Out of them all, that's probably my favorite. Yeah, that's a good one over here. This one's great and all that for if you're out bush crafting. But I don't know, I just like that one. So I thought I'd put them here and show them to you. Have you ever seen Tops knives? I know some guys love Tops, other guys, oh, I'm not really a fan. Well, they are not the cheapest of knives, but they're very well made. Each one of these has, I don't know what that is that Cerakote? But it's some sort of a paint job where you're not worrying about this thing rusting. And the handles are just very well done. I'm impressed. I'll just be honest. I'm impressed with Tops. So there they are. If you have a Tops knife, what model do you have? Tell us about it. Tell us if you like them. Tell us if you don't like them. Has you had one and something gone wrong with it? We'd like to know. And each one has on top where your thumb goes. So that's pretty cool as well, especially on this one. So there it is, Tops. And to me, Tops are Tops. They are some nice knives.
Knives are cool. And axes too. Bullseye.